Hi, Matt Noyce Insights video here on Labor Day evening and through Tuesday. Danielle and I want to get this out early to you because we know a lot of you are getting back into the routine here. Don't usually start with a 14-day, but thought it might help in this case only because it really tells the story that take a look each night into the early mornings. You're going to start out 40s and low 50s through the end of the week. You've got great weather until a building chance of showers Friday afternoon, evening. There is a higher chance of scattered showers and thunder on Saturday. Sunday, probably still some scattered showers left over, maybe Monday as well. And then more really comfortable air. Look, there's a couple things that come to mind. First of all, if you do have a pool or something like that, do you close it up? Maybe you do because you're in the 70s for 2 weeks straight and the sun angle is getting less. The other question, though, is going to be the window ACs. If you have window AC, do you take them out yet? Honestly, it depends. If you're okay with the house warming up at times, then you could go ahead and take them out. But if you don't like the house to be warm, you know what? By the end of the 14-day, we get back into the 80s. That may actually increase a little bit more beyond the end of the 14 days. So it may be a wise idea to keep them in for now. It's not like you've got some real kind of bad weather impending that would make it so you'd want to take them out anyway, necessarily. High pressure building in for now. That's why we've got this nice fall air in place. All the moisture shunted down to the south, shows up in the dew point temperature. Measure the amount of moisture in the air down to the 40s. A lot of times we say low temperatures will be about where the dew point is. That happens for us Monday night. We're talking about some lows in the upper 30s, but as we go out through the next few days, really we maintain a pretty low and comfortable dew point. It does climb for the weekend. I wouldn't be surprised if heading into Saturday that dew point actually breaks 60 as a New England average, but we're being just a little bit cautious and conservative from this point. Bottom line is you do turn more humid as the showers come in as we get to the upcoming weekend, and there's that shot of more comfortable air that returns again as you head to the beginning and middle of next week. Look at this. It's beautiful stuff. High pressure building in. It's wonderful for our Tuesday. It's going to be wonderful for Wednesday and Thursday. You've got some cool nights, and we'll take a look at that here in just a second. I'll also update you on what's going on in the tropics, but here at home, you're fine. On the backside of the high pressure, you do get air around this thing that turns in a clockwise fashion. That is going to end up bringing a southerly wind flow by the end of the week, and that's why Friday the clouds will be increasing and the chance of showers starts to go up as there's a disturbance to our south and east and one coming in from the west. So the squeeze is on as we head toward the weekend. In the meantime, though, our Tuesday high temperatures, look at this, absolutely beautiful as long as you don't mind the fall feeling, right? You get that dry air. I mentioned some spots starting in the 30s, but rebounding after that, most of us starting in the 40s. And then Tuesday night, back down to the 40s we go, far and wide. It's a mostly clear sky all the way through. You will get some what we call radiation fog, where you tend to radiate the heat up into space. Some of the areas that cool the most, especially near bodies of water, ponds, lakes, rivers, will find some of that fog filling in each night into the morning. Then you burn it off. Wednesday looks great. Middle to upper 70s across the area. The wind fairly light all the way through. We will turn some sea breezes at times over the coming afternoons. Wednesday night, not as cool, in the 50s anyway. By Thursday, you're climbing up near 80 degrees. It is still absolutely gorgeous. Thursday night, middle 50s to upper 50s. And then finally, rounding out the week on Friday, that's the day I told you the clouds come in. Probably some showers will pop up, at least in the second half of the day, and the humidity gradually increases. I don't know that we feel it all that much until we get to the weekend. I did want to touch on the weekend, and what's changing really is happening at the jet stream level. So the jet stream is the fast river of air high in the sky that steers storms and kind of separates cool air to the north from warm to the south. So notice at the start of this week, we've had a trough over us, which sometimes can mean unsettled weather, but actually this time around there's so much dry air, it just means cool weather. And that's what's with us right through the middle of the week. Notice the jet stream relaxing a little bit and splitting a little bit as we get to the midweek. That helps to ensure there's no storms or disturbances that are coming overhead. But notice how things are changing as we get to the weekend. Friday, one disturbance that's just off the coast. That will throw some clouds at us, and that gives us a chance for a couple of showers Friday, particularly in the afternoon. Meanwhile, the next disturbance, a big, strong one digging in. Now, what I mentioned to you last week in Insights is that does, at the jet stream level, open up the door to southerly wind flow through a deep level of the atmosphere. Not just humid and warm air at the surface, but also high in the sky too. This opens the door to the tropics. So you always have to be really careful with that. At this point, it doesn't look like there's anything imminent that would be coming out of the tropics necessarily, but rather we just get the increase in moisture that would lead to the increase of showers and thunder. Speaking of the tropics, two areas, well, three, one of them is near the Gulf Coast and probably won't develop. Two areas being monitored. one that's going to be coming out toward the Yucatan. That's the wave we were watching last week. You might remember at the end of last week, going into the holiday weekend, I told you, hey, it's been trending farther south, which is a really good thing because we have that open window. So that's where it's at. It's still trend south, right? The next one is still pretty far out there. We've got some time on that to see how it develops. If you want to see the hourly forecast, or I think more importantly in this type of a weather pattern, the 14-day forecast for your location, grab Noises 1 degree outside weather app. You can find that both on the App Store and Google Play. Look forward to seeing you with another update on Tuesday morning. If you've been watching this Insights video on Tuesday, well, you can look for Evening Essentials, and we'll look forward to seeing you always at 1 degree outside.